Ryan here with Two Stories Media, and we are talking about the Cigar City Highlight flipbook shoot that I was the DP on. So this shoot came to be with our director-producer buddy, Ryan Wick. This was his idea, and he wanted to do spinning shots where the highlight can is in the middle and we flip between different scenes. So we spin in and out of different scenes, and the can is always in the middle, and we have different backgrounds going on and people moving around. So that was the concept. So how do we accomplish it, right? So Ryan presented to us the idea of using a CineBot. He said he knew somebody, he had used them before, and with the CineBot, you can set an A and a B point and it'll replicate it 1,000,000 times if you need it to, right? Getting the placement of the can right and having it turn different ways for us to do this flip for the end result was extremely helpful. Everybody seemed to be on board with it, and it was a really cool concept, and it was awesome to work with the CineBot. So the whole point in the flipbook concept of moving between different scenes was to show highlight being enjoyed or being the forefront of different scenes, different seasons. You know, we were at the beach, we were at a campsite, you know, we were hiking in the woods, that type of thing. So we got shots of people walking by in different clothes, carrying a cooler, you know, carrying stuff to the beach. We just wanted to showcase the beer in different environments, in different seasons. We actually shot everything on blue screen for this because the highlight can is green and orange and gold, making sure that we could get a good key off of that to put our different backdrops on. Being the DP on a job like this and having a specific operator, it's a little different. I tend to shoot a lot of my own stuff that I DP, but for this, we felt the CineBot was the right tool for the job. I was able to work with the CineBot operator, Ben, and check back with Ryan to make sure he was happy we were accomplishing what he wanted. Really just making sure Ben understood the moves we were trying to do, what the concept was, and he threw in a few things on how we needed to do the flips just from his expertise on using the CineBot. Having 3 people collaborating, it went very smoothly. Everybody was on board, everybody knew what we needed to do, and I mean, it went great. So on this project, we obviously wanted to use the Alexa 35. We actually shot this one in Airy Raw just to make sure there was no issues keying anything later, making sure you had plenty of range, that we had full capability of doing that in post. We decided to use the DZO Vespids. They have a really nice soft look to them. They're a little warm in the coating of the glass, but they have a really beautiful look. A thought on that was also just helping the weight on the CineBot. It does have a weight limit. I don't think we're actually anywhere near it, but just making sure we weren't limited on the moves that we could do because of the weight. We wanted to keep it to a smaller lens that was a little bit lighter, and the Vespids really shine there. For the last shot where we see the glass full of beer and we come up into the foam, we actually decided to use the Laowa probe lens. We just wanted to make sure that we could get nice and close to that foam and see those bubbles, and it turned out awesome. Ryan actually had his buddy impose the Highlight logo into the foam where it looks like it's, you know, coming out of the foam. Came out awesome, looks super cool, well worth the extra time it took to get that shot. This really was an awesome, fun shoot. Cigar City, we've done a few jobs for them and it's always a good time. I'm a huge fan of Highlight myself, so it's always fun to shoot and work with a product that you enjoy and you like. I've said it a couple times, but Ben with the CineBot, he was awesome. He's offered to do some other shoots with us. That being my first time using the CineBot and only using, you know, a small aspect of what it can do. I would 100% love to collaborate with him on a project. Kevin and I are already trying to work up a few ideas that maybe we could hire him for some kind of ad, or when we have new clients coming in, is it something we can utilize? Because it is an insanely useful tool. It's not for everything, but for certain things it makes a lot of sense. So we're keeping in mind where we might be able to utilize that again.